When it comes to bags that I do have, I can honestly say I don't have any regrets. So when I am making my purchases, I don't do impulsive shopping. This is a lot of money that I'm dropping. I work hard, you work hard, I'm not just throwing it away. So I do think long and hard before I purchase these bags. Hi, my name is Abby. I am a digital creator and the founder of The Rich Aunt, a lifestyle and travel blog. I am absolutely into designer bags. I am a designer lover. I love all things about it. I look for uniqueness in a bag. I'm not into classic bags or black bags or anything like that. I like my bags with a little flair, a little oomph that's really gonna get the conversation going. So this is my first designer bag that I purchased with my own money at the age of 15. Back in the day, down Fifth Avenue in New York City, the day after Christmas, all the designer stores used to have half off sale. This bag retailed for $5.95, and I purchased it for half off, and I was so excited. Why I purchased this bag was because this style was very popular back in the day. It held your books. I was in high school. It held your water bottles, and you could be cute while going to school. And of course, because it had the GGs on there, because there's no way I was purchasing a designer bag without a logo on it.
My name is Claire Somers, and I am CEO and founder of Fashion Bomb Daily. What makes a bag a luxury bag is if the bag is of high quality, high craftsmanship with intricately stitched leather or canvas and hard, like kind of weighty hardware as well. A lot of luxury bags are from historic French or Italian houses. So think Hermes, Fendi, Chanel, Louis Vuitton. A lot of these brands, they started off as luggage makers back in the 19th century, and they've just kind of perfected the craft over time. Because of that, they typically demand a very high price. The last, I'd say, thing that distinguishes a luxury bag is that you'll be able to resell it for the same price or for more than what you paid for it. Luxury handbag brands have evolved so much from the 80s to the 90s to now. I would say that the thing that has evolved the most is people's recognition and knowledge of these bags and what they are, the price point. I would say in the 80s, they were shrouded in mystery, but I do think that people were more about the quality, like the high-end leather, the consistent stitching, that hardware, that heavy hardware that we always talk about. That's what was most important in the 80s. I think in the 90s, with the advent of shows like Sex and the City and fashionistas like Carrie Bradshaw, who we could see on the small screen, she loved a Fendi baguette. She loved a Dior saddlebag. So these were the bags that were embraced and loved by women who would follow the show. I would also say that in hip hop and R&B, like Beyonce mentioning a Fendi Spy bag, these sorts of name drops definitely push these brands to the forefront of popular thought and makes them more trendy. And now I would say that Cardi B, the City Girls, they say Birkin bag hold 5-6 figures. Now everybody knows what these brands are, what the designers are, about how much they cost, and now we're delving into how do we get one of these or how do we save up for one of these. So I would say that the knowledge of luxury brands has expanded along with the demand.
I have a Dior saddlebag that I purchased probably in maybe 2013. That's when the saddlebag wasn't popping. When I purchased this bag, I think I paid like $100 for it. And the only reason why I purchased it was because my mom gave me her old Dior dress. So I was like, let me get a bag to match it. I paid about $100 for that bag. When the bag was reintroduced back in 2015, I think, the bag going for $2,000, $3,000. One of my aunts actually worked for Dior when John Galliano created the Dior saddlebag, and she said no one was buying it. She was just like, it was very hard to sell the bag. They would sell on the shelves and they would go on sale. So it's just amazing to see how a bag that nobody wanted, everyone wants it now, and the price is so astronomical. So from a standpoint of knowing that knowledge, I refuse to pay the prices. So I have a few ways that I purchase bags. Number one is pre-owned. I really love Fashionphile. That's one of my go-tos. Sometimes the real, but we all know the real could be, But I also have another authenticator and sometimes rebag. So that's one of the best routes I think a lot of people should go these days. If we want to talk about sustainability, purchasing pre-owned is a great way to keep that up. Another way I purchase, if it's a current bag that I know I really want, I buy in Europe. So I'll either go to Spain, which has one of the largest tax refunds when you make these purchases, and you can save hundreds and thousands of dollars on purchasing these items.
There is a very significant rise of Black-owned luxury handbag brands. Most of us are familiar with Telfar, the Beyonce name drop Telfar. So many celebrities love Telfar bags because they are affordable, they're made out of vegan leather, they come in every single color available, they're durable. And I think it's a triumph in the democratizing of fashion and letting people know that anybody, if they're interested in fashion, they can participate. But aside from Telfar, there's Silver and Riley, Bruce and Glenn, they're one of my favorite designers, and these are designers who have lots of fun colors, hardware, just different sizes, even venturing into suitcases and luggage wear. Sometimes the price point isn't comparable to a Hermes or a Chanel, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that the new consumer is not necessarily about these conspicuous displays of wealth. They're just about style and being cool and embracing what's edgy and what is true to them and what they genuinely like.
I do own a couple Black-owned brands. One of my favorites is Brandon Blackwood. One of the main reasons why I like Brandon Blackwood is because I can tell that he's passionate about his brand. He's not just creating things out of the sake of creating things. He's someone who has been working very hard before he became popular, and I can appreciate that about him. When it comes to bags that I do have, I can honestly say I don't have any regrets. So when I am making my purchases, I don't do impulsive shopping. This is a lot of money that I'm dropping. I work hard, you work hard, I'm not just throwing it away. So I do think long and hard before I purchase these bags. So I would say that I don't have any regrets. Most of my bags, all of my bags, I wear them. Some of them haven't seen the light of day in like some time, but I still love them, I still appreciate them, and I wouldn't get rid of them.